Namaste. Whenever there is a news in the market, in stock market especially, there is always a buzz all around, isn't it? Haven't you observed this? Isn't it? And that too, when there is a news, and at the same time, if there is any big movement or variation in the price in stock market, then everyone starts believing or spreading rumors across saying that this big movement in market happened because of this news. Okay, it is so easy to conclude, it is so easy to understand, isn't it? So there are many people who come to stock market in this belief, saying that if I can understand this news and events and many other things that happen around, then I think I should also be able to trade stock market. I should also be able to make profits in stock market. There is a general belief, is it not? But then my question here is, who made money? Who made money? The news is there, no doubt. There is a big movement in the market, no doubt. Who made money? But then everybody is talking about the same news. Everybody is talking about that price movement. Everybody is getting satisfied by only looking at the price movement, understanding the reason behind the price movement, but nobody has really made money. Why are we here in stock market? We are all here in stock market for only one reason, and that is to make profits, isn't it? Is that happening? Is that happening? So you must be wondering, what news am I talking about? I am definitely talking about something that happened very recently, and that is about this particular stock called Adani Enterprise. You know that there is a big news that has come out about Adani Enterprise, and after that, today, that is 21st of November 2024, what has happened is, as soon as the market opened, the price of the stock, Adani Enterprise, opened with a big gap down, and from there it kept going down. It was almost down by more than 20% today. The price of the stock has gone down by more than 20%. Now, such a big movement, you go see everywhere, you check any news channel, you check any internet article, or you go talk to any trader, everybody is talking about the same stock. Everybody talks as if they knew this, or they know that this is the moment which happened because of this news. But then the big question is, who made money? Who made money? Is it not? So most people get carried away only looking at the news, only looking at the market movement that has already happened. But nobody is worried, or nobody is thinking, if I have to make profits in this kind of market movement, what is that I should do? Before that, what is that I should know? This is more important, isn't it? So that is where I come here with a solution. And the solution here is nothing but dynamic system and dynamic live. Alright? And especially dynamic superpower trading workshop. So what this dynamic system, dynamic live does here is, as you all know, these two systems, they automatically tell us when to buy, when to sell. This is general information, we all know this. But then, the main thing what these two systems does here is, whenever there is a major movement, before the major movement, I always keep saying this, that before any major movement, there is always a preparation. Somebody has prepared, somebody has planned it. Alright? News and all these events, these are all coincidence according to me. There is already a plan. So the job of this dynamic system and dynamic live here is to identify that plan. What is happening in the market? What is the overall plan? Which direction is it heading towards? When we understand these details, then comes the question, what are we supposed to do now? When to enter, when to exit? When these two things, if you have clarity, then you will definitely be on the profit making side whenever this kind of major movement happens. Not only in this stocks, in any other stock, or in any index, or in any commodity for that matter. The only thing that you need to understand here is the market movement. Right? So how does this dynamic system, dynamic live, make us understand this complexity of market movement in a very simple way? That is what I am here to explain today through this video. So as you all know, 21st November is the day when the big movement happened, but then I would like to take you back few days back, almost a month back, that is to 25th October 2024. According to me, that is where the actual plan started. All right. So what happened in this particular stock is the price of the stock already started coming down from a high price, somewhere from 3,300 or 400 levels or much above that. From there it started coming down. As it started coming down, by 25th October 2024, the price of the stock made a low of 2,654. When the price was making this low in our dynamic system, the weekly long trend, it confirmed a sell. It said that the trend is down now. Now, all the dynamic members know that when this whenever this long trend confirms down, or when it says down starts, we consider that the long term trend of the stock price is down, which means it is in a downtrend now. From here, the price will only look towards going down. This much we all understand. But then when the downtrend started, at the same time there was another dynamic major signal at the bottom, where the price found it very difficult to go down further. So dynamic members, they understand this very clearly. When the downtrend has started, and at the same time if there is any other signal blocking this movement, then this price will not go down immediately. It may go up for time being, and then probably later on it may try to come down. This is the understanding. Now, as per that understanding, the same way the market also started going up. The price of the stock started going up from 2,654. It immediately started going up, and as it started going up, by 8th November 2024, it made a high of 3,070. Now, we already know that the trend of the stock is in a downtrend. It is actually in a downtrend. In a downtrend, the price is coming up. We know that it is coming up only to regain back its energy, to go back down once again. So, at some point it has to turn down. So, which is that point where it is likely to turn down? This is all that we have to know. So, when the price was going up at 3070 in dynamic system, there came a signal. We call this as DMBOTS. Many dynamic members, they already know that whenever they come across this signal, they secure their profits. Secure your profits, book your profits. All right. Now, along with this, there is also a major signal. So, from 3070, it found a reason to take a turn, U-turn. It started coming down. Now, as it started coming down, by 14th November, it made a low of 2801. So, already down by more than 200 points from the top. So, at 2801, again there is a signal at the bottom. This is a dynamic signal. Now, at the top there is a dynamic major signal. Now, this is a dynamic signal. Now, for time being it has to turn upward, but then the overall trend is still down. So, from 2801 it started turning upward. As it started turning upward, on 19th of November, when it started making a high of 2890 change, something happened at this particular top. What happened? Let me explain through this report. Now, this is a speed dynamic report that we get in the dynamic system itself. So, in this report, if you see, the speed signal has given us a sell signal few days back itself. 3-4 days back itself, it has given us a sell, and from there the price started coming down. It made a low of 2801. From 2801, now it started coming up. Now, when it is coming up, in this report, you can see that the signal is telling us sell hold. Beside this signal, there is another column which we call it as the speed signal SL. Now, the moment I say SL, many people start thinking that this must be the stop loss. Is it not? But this is not the stop loss. We call this as the strength level. All right. So, the sell signal, how strong is this sell signal? Till what point will this sell signal hold on? That is this number. So, on 18th November, when the market closed, in the evening when we are looking at this report, we see that it is telling us sell hold. But then along with that, it is telling us, giving us a strength level which is at 2884. Which means next day, if the price has to go up, it has to first close above 2884. Only then it will start going up. Only then the signal will change from sell signal to a buy signal. This much is the basic understanding. All right. But then if the signal doesn't change, then what does it mean? It means it is still in sell. It is still telling us sell hold, which means the price can come down anytime. This is the understanding. Now, on 19th November, what happened is the price started coming up. It came to 2884. It went beyond 2884 by 6-7 points, but then just before the market closed, it came down and closed on a lower side, which means the signal did not change. The signal remained in the selling mode, which means this price can come down once again. So those dynamic members who have already taken a short position, they will be holding the short position. Those dynamic members who trade from signal to signal, what they do is they took a short position, it came down to 2801, there was a signal at the bottom that it can turn upward, they would have secured the profit at the bottom. As it started going upward, they knew that 2884 is another important number. If it doesn't close above this, let me sell it once again. With this idea, many people would have taken a short position in this particular stock on 19th November itself before the market closed. Now next what happened is 20th November there was a holiday. Markets were closed because of elections in Maharashtra, and then 21st, that is today, it opened with a big gap down. Now when this gap down happened, now dynamic members are not surprised. They are definitely not surprised. They knew that it is in a downtrend. They knew that this is a place where it can take a turn. They knew that this is a place where they have to take a short position. Many people would have taken it. Many people, maybe if they had not taken, at least they would have understood this is still not in a buying mode. Let me at least not buy. If I am not taking a short position, at least let me not buy this stock. So today it opened with a gap down and it started going down further. Now I am not discussing about how much profit one could have made. By looking at the movement from point to point, if you understand, you can analyze yourself or understand yourself how much profit one could have made, even if you are trading in futures and options. But then my point here is, look at the planning, and the planning, how this dynamic system is able to identify this planning. It told us on 25th October itself that this trend is down. We knew that it is not going to go down immediately, it will time being go up and then try to come down. We knew it in the beginning itself. It went up, and when it was going up, we knew exactly the point from where it can start coming down. It started coming down, it came down today. Alright, there is absolutely nothing to be surprised about. The only thing you need to understand here is, how can I take an entry before this gap down? Now many people will be wondering, now after this such a big gap down, now what will happen next? Well, that is one thing that you shouldn't be expecting from us, because we are not the people who go about predicting the market movement. We just understand what the dynamic system says. We know only one thing, whatever it says, just blindly follow it. That is all that we do. Now after having taken a short position, if anyone had a short position on 19th itself, now 20th is a holiday, 21st what will happen we don't know. On 19th evening when we are looking at it, now if this price is going down, which is the next important point where I need to secure my profit, this much at least we will go check it in the dynamic system. So when we had a look at it, we knew that 2790 is again another important number where I need to secure my profit if the price comes down. Or if the price goes anything beyond that or below this particular number, the next major point is 2300 change, or if not 2140 is the next dynamic major signal. Till that point there is nothing in between, so it has to, if it goes below 2790, then it has to come down straight to this particular number. This much we know on 19th itself. Now on 20th what has happened is the market is closed, we can't do anything. So on 20th if there is any news announcement, you cannot do anything. You can only go through the article and start getting worried about what will happen the next day. But our dynamic members, we don't go through any news. We really don't bother about any news. Alright. So what has happened is the price opened way below that 790, 2790, it opened at 2539 today on 21st. After opening we knew that alright, now it has to go down to the next number. So it came down, today it has made a low of 2150. We knew that this is the next point it has to come, it has come there. Now what will happen next? Well, we are not going to predict, but then this 2140 is going to be a very important number. The closing at this particular month end is going to be very crucial. Any close below that, it is likely to go down further, but then if it doesn't close below that, then probably this could be the point from where it can take a complete turnaround. But then rather than going about predicting it, what we are going to do here is, from here, if I get any buy signal, I am very happy to take this buy signal. Alright. If I don't get a buy signal, I will simply hold my short position. That is all that I will do. This is my plan of action. Now when I stick to this plan of action, then rest all, everything is taken care. I don't have to worry about the news or event or even the major gap up, gap down. I don't have to worry about anything. Now there are some people who go about using dynamic live. So they must be wondering, you showed me, you explained using dynamic system. We are dynamic live users. Why don't you show as per dynamic live also? Let me show you. In dynamic live also the same information is displayed. You need to understand dynamic live is a product of dynamic system. Dynamic system is the main thing. That is the original, that is the foundation. Based on that, the dynamic live is designed. So when the price started going up during the, somewhere around 5th November, when it was making a high of 3070, in dynamic live, right at the top, there was a dynamic major signal. Now, many of you dynamic members, you already know that whenever a dynamic major signal has come, it means get ready, it is about to take a turn downward. Now, all that you have to plan is wait for a confirmation to take a short position. Now, before we do all these things, before this up movement, initially at the bottom, daily long trend and weekly long trend, they both are telling us sell hold, which means the long term trend is down. In a downtrend, the price is going up. It means this up movement is not going to last for too long. Alright, at some point it is going to take a turn. Which is that point? That is this dynamic major signal where we knew that it is going to take a turn. Now all that you need is a confirmation to take action, take the trade. Now from there it started coming down. 14th November it came down. Again at the bottom there is a signal that it will turn. Dynamic signal. But understand, at the top there was a dynamic major signal, at the bottom there is a dynamic signal. The one at the top is a major one. It has more strength. It can break this anytime. Alright. But then for time being the price started turning. And on 19th November our dynamic live did tell us to buy. It gave us a buy signal. Intra-week long signal said buy long act now. It gave us a buy signal. But then along with the buy signal, right at the top there was another signal. Dynamic signal. Can you see this yellow into mark? We call this as a dynamic signal. Whenever it appears, it means, obviously in our training we convey all these details, it means get ready, the price can take a turn right from this point. It told us on 19th itself. So all that we do here is we wait for a confirmation to take action. Exit long position and take a short position. This is all that we know. So from there the price started coming down, and in ID3 the speed signal confirmed a sell on 19th November itself. Now there are some dynamic members, they would have taken the short position. If they had observed Adani Enterprise, then they would have taken the short position and they would have probably booked some profit. But some dynamic members, before they take a trade, they first understand what is happening. What is happening behind the scene? What is the overall picture here? What is the macro view? When they look at it, they observe that it is in a downtrend. In a downtrend, it has come up, and when it is coming up, it has reached a dynamic major signal, which means this time when it is going to come down, this down movement is going to be a bigger one. This much they know. And in this down movement, when they get a selling opportunity, they know that they have to take the trade and hold it. They would have held on to this position. Today there is a big gap down. After the gap down, it went down further. They are not bothered about it. They are not surprised about a 20% down movement. They are happy to take it. Alright? They are least bothered about what is the news, what could be the other reason. Alright? Most people believe that it is the news because of which it has come down, but our dynamic members believe that it is the planning that started long back because of which it has come down, not because of the news. The news is only a coincidence. Even at least today, today morning, as soon as the gap down happened, at 9:30, another sell signal confirmed. If some dynamic members took a short position there, they would have got it at 2398 where they could have taken a short. From there it has come down to 2150. It is more than 200 points movement profit they would have seen. One lot, if you are trading in futures and options, it is almost 300 lot size. If you have captured 200 points movement in a single trade, we are talking about 60,000 rupees profit. Where do you get all these things? But then it looks good, it looks big, but then it is not that easy, it is not that simple for everyone to make profits. Because most people are dwelling in their own belief system, alright, and they believe that it has already opened such a big gap down, how can I take a short position now? It has opened down, so I should be looking at buying it. There are some people who looked at the news, they know that this is a bad news, so it has to go down further. They may have taken a short, but then after taking a short position, if there was a small up and down variation, they would have booked the profit. 4, 5 points or 10 points profit, it is 3,000 rupees profit on a single lot. They are very happy, they would have booked it. They wouldn't have made 60,000 profit. The guy who has absolute clarity what he is supposed to do, what is happening, why is it happening, what is that I am supposed to do, till what point am I supposed to hold the position, the guy who has this clarity would have made this big profit. Alright, and that too, this is a guy who has missed the initial movement. The guy who has been tracking the entire thing, he would have taken a short position right at the top and he would have captured the complete movement. How much could have been the profit? Well, you can calculate it on yourself. I have told you point to point. So what I am trying to explain here is, we normally tell all the dynamic members in our workshop that the buy and sell information, where to buy, where to sell, this information that comes in dynamic system or dynamic live, that is apart, keep that apart. But then the main thing here is, where is the price going to turn, the turning point. We always keep saying, so a small information I will tell you today through this video itself. What is that? Price moves from one dynamic signal to another dynamic signal. Anyone who has understood this, anyone who has experienced this, alright, you will be totally astonished. Then your view towards the market, your approach towards the market will totally change from there. Once you have realized this, that price moves from one dynamic signal to another dynamic signal, the only thing that you need to understand is, or you need to plan is, where to enter and where to exit. These are the only two things that you need to know. The moment you know this, then no more fear of gap up, gap down, no more fear of news and events, no more fear of rumors. You don't have to listen to anyone. You are on your own. When you have clarity, you will make profit. When 10 people surround you and give their opinion, definitely they are going to enjoy your losses. Alright. So I hope you have got clarity through this video. More than the profit that I am talking about, it is the market movement. How do you understand the market movement? How dynamic system and dynamic life makes your job easy. We did not have to sit and do any research or analysis here. We didn't have to plot any lines or understand the support and resistance here. We didn't have to go about understanding the fundamentals here. We just understood what is the plan behind. Alright. Once you know the plan, then automatically rest is completely in your control. Alright. I hope you have got a lot of clarity through this video, and I'm sure now through this video, after this video, now after watching this, if you have any such doubts, any issues that is bothering you in your trading, for which you are looking for a solution, you can always contact us. You can always pass your message through commenting on this video, so that what will happen is, if the question is very practical, then definitely I will try to do another video through which I will try to give you maximum clarity. Alright? Namaste.